I want to talk about Mike Evans, someone that is perpetually just undervalued. But coming into this season, I think he is a risk, but he very well could return the same value he has every single year he's been in the league. Like he's never had less than 1,000 yards. And I think there's only been one season where he's had less than 5 touchdowns in a season. So very consistent. I think half the seasons he's had double digit touchdowns. So, I mean, he's been a fairly consistent wide receiver year in and year out. And the disrespect this guy is getting is crazy. Now, I know Tom Brady's gone and they've got Baker there now or Kyle Trask. Um, One of those two will most likely be starting unless they end up taking a little bit later in the draft one of these rookie quarterbacks. But there's still nothing saying that person would end up starting. So, you're probably looking at Baker, let's be honest, as the veteran that's going to get the nod. Um, and that just doesn't inspire a ton of confidence. But Mike Evans is not a guy, you just throw the ball up to him. He's going to high point it, he's going to come down with it. Huge red zone target. So, assuming the Bucks actually can move the ball, get down to the red zone, I would expect him to have those like 2 touchdown games or 3 touchdown games. He'll be a great best ball buy this year, for sure. Um, but where he's probably going to end up going in drafts, I know he's got the name recognition, but I still think people are just going to be like, "Ooh, I don't like that situation, the offensive situation." So I think he's going to end up sliding, and he could end up paying off big, but big bust potential as well. Because if that offense sputters, I mean, you're looking at just a whole fucking just big pile of doo doo. And I didn't even bring up that Chris Godwin last year was recovering from that ACL injury.
Right.
He's a full year removed from that now, so I expect him to kind of return to form. So you still have that 1A, 1B on the team, and which one of them is going to step forward as the bigger fantasy producer, or are they just going to both kind of falter because they don't have a great quarterback playing for them?
Yeah, I think it totally depends on who their quarterback is as to which of those two guys prospers for fantasy. Because I could see if Baker is the quarterback for the vast majority of the season, yeah, he
Hmm.
can throw a jump ball up to Mike Evans, and
Hmm.
he's willing to do that time and time again. We've seen it constantly.
Yeah,
And whether it was with the Rams this past year or with the Browns before that, he'll do that. So I think Mike Evans absolutely has the potential. He's wide receiver 32 right now in best ball drafts. That's fucking
that's criminal.
bonkers.
It's criminal.
So bonkers. I'm taking that every single time. I think I've
Hmm.
drafted him in literally every best ball I've done thus far.
I've
And I will
gotten him in a
continue to.
couple. I think 2 of the 3 I've done so far, I think I've gotten him because it's just like he's still sitting there, and it's just like
It's crazy.
especially in best ball, because like I said, he's gonna have those, like, 2 or 3 touchdown games. He may not have the yards, but he's gonna get the touchdowns, which is gonna buoy him.
Yeah.